Your Excellency, Madam Mutharika, First Lady of the Republic of Malawi, Right Honorable South Shima, Vice President of the Republic of Malawi, and Mrs. Shima, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to be here this evening to launch the University of Malawi fundraising drive for the University organization of the Golden Jubilee celebration to take place towards the end of September this year. The celebrations are taking place in the 50th year of the existence of this university. Therefore, it is proper that the steering committee begins in its earnest public awareness and resource mobilization so that the Golden Jubilee celebrations are well attended and successfully organized. Ladies and gentlemen, the University of Malawi was one of the key establishments immediately after independence in July 1964. It was one of the dreams of the first president, His Excellency, the late Dr. Hastings Kamuzu Banda. The Malawi nation thus needs to recognize and celebrate, together with our achievements, to the establishment of the University of Malawi. Until 1997, it remained the only university in Malawi. Over 48,000 students, both Malawians and foreigners, have passed through the corridors of this university. The public service, most of the civil service, is full of and led by professionals who have been trained by the University of Malawi. This is also the case with the private sector, for which over 80% of all the senior captains are graduates of this great university. The leadership of this country is further evident by the key role of the establishment of new universities. For example, more recently, government engaged key members of staff from the University of Malawi who were seconded to concretize the establishment of the Malawi University of Science and Technology. Therefore, the University of Malawi should lead as far as higher education is concerned in this country. Ladies and gentlemen, you may recall that during the 50 years of independence celebration for Malawi, I emphasized that Malawi must take its position in both the regional and global economy. To this end, my government's transformational agenda can only be successful if the University of Malawi and all other public universities, including private universities, play their roles. To this end, I'm very, very pleased that the Public Service Reforms Commission has engaged the university so that in the next millennium we have individuals who can participate in wealth creation through self-employment and starting business enterprises. I would like to take this opportunity to encourage the lecturers of the University of Malawi and all other universities to engage in rigorous research and application for the development of this country. Our good university is known by its research and publication. So it's high time we put our universities on the world map through our research and innovations. As lecturers, let us not waste time writing and commenting on trivial public issues. Ladies and gentlemen, we expanded access to university education at the University of Malawi from a humble 90 people in 1965 to over 11,000 today. This is access to university that is commendable, and it continues to grow with the creation of the new universities, the 4 public universities, including a new 5th university, which will start constructing next month, the University of Mbeera in Mzimba. This is consistent with the National Education Sector Plan, which emphasizes the pivotal role that education plays in the socio-economic development of any country, including ours. The inputs into the curriculum review by the alumni and the employment sectors through the tracer study, which is under implementation, should catalyze more proactive development of relevant academic programs and ensure that the new graduates in the coming millennium are fit for this country. To the alumni and members of the university, I thank you all for coming and patronizing this function. I appeal to you all to be more generous to the University of Malawi now and in the future, so that in the long run the resources to complement government funding for enhancing a conducive and enabling atmosphere for teaching, research, and learning. I wish to ask the private sector support the university as it expands accommodation and other facilities through the public-private partnership arrangement, which is being facilitated by the Privatization Commission. Ladies and gentlemen, alumni donations are probably the most definite test of a graduate's love for their alma mater. I believe that those of my countrymen and women, including the Right Honorable Vice President and several cabinet ministers and civil servants, had a good university experience, success, and happiness at this university. Therefore, I encourage you all to participate through them in various fundraising activities the university will be conducting between now and September, so that your children and grandchildren who go through the programs university will have a similar experience. And that will give you the opportunity to give back to the university and the country what you were given, in most cases, free of charge. And that is free education at this university. Mother Teresa once said, and I quote, "It's not how much we give, but how much love we put into giving." End of quote. Looking at the faces of my top civil servants and those in the top leadership of the larger public service and sector, we can say the University of Malawi served all you well. The institution delivered its promises of excellence. Let us contribute generously to these cause to make the university an excellent one. And let me say here that there was a time when this university was one of the best universities in the world, at least in Africa at any rate. Over the years, because of challenges due to resources, sometimes we have slipped back a little bit. I'm glad to hear that we are rising again. Now, let me ask the faculty that our university is recognized by the quality of research of its professors when it's published in international journals. I therefore encourage University lecturers at this university to do serious research and publish in international journals or reference journals. Don't spend your time commenting on trivial public issues like whether an MP should have invited a councillor to dinner. Leave that to other people, not to university. It's not right, it's not your area. In some cases, you do not have the expertise to comment on these public issues. With these few words and remarks, let me wish you, Vice Chancellor, and your team a successful fundraising campaign. I thank you all for your attention. May God bless you all. May God bless Malawi. Bon appétit.